Hi, and welcome to Translated American Cinema Classics, brought to you by the Willits Community Theatre for KLLG 97.9 Willits Hometown Radio. America loves the movies. We're infatuated by them. But how do our films translate to other languages? With the power of the internet, we can get an idea of what some of our most cherished American films might sound like if we heard through a foreign ear. Using the power of Google Translate, we've taken some of the most famous scenes in American cinema and translated them to other languages many times over, only to then retranslate them back to English. Our voice actors will try to recreate the scenes you know and love using these new translated versions of the shows. First off, the year is 1994. Quentin Tarantino created a ridiculous non-linear masterpiece called Pulp Fiction. The scene, Jules and Vincent, two hitmen played by John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson, are driving to a job discussing the nuances of marketing language in Europe as Vincent just returned from Amsterdam to California. This is the time when we all learned that the French could not call a quarter pounder with cheese at McDonald's a quarter pounder with cheese because they have the metric system. Let us listen to this dialogue after we translate it to Spanish, then Japanese, then Greek, then Swedish before the performance. And action.
Now, tell me about the hash line again.
Okay, what do you want to know?
Fragmentation is legal there, right?
Yes, it's legal, but not 100% legal. That is, you cannot go into the restaurant and roll joints to start smoking. They want you to smoke at home or in a certain place.
And they do have fragmentations?
Yes, it does. It's okay. It's legal to buy it, it's legal to get it, and it's legal to sell if you have a hash bar. It's legal to wear it, but it does not matter, because you get many of them. If the police in Amsterdam stop you now, it is illegal for them to look for you. What the Amsterdam police do not have is right.
Oh, I will. That's it. We'll go.
I know, honey. That is what you like best. But do you know the most fun in Europe?
From?
There is a small difference. There's a lot of the same dump we have here, they got there. But they is a little different there.
Example?
Well, at the cinema in Amsterdam, you can buy beer. And I do not mean a paper cup. They give you a glass of beer. And in Paris, you can buy beer at McDonald's. And do you know what a quarter kilo of cheese is called in Paris?
Won't they call it a quarter pounder of cheese?
No, they have the metric system out there. They do not know what the fourth is.
What do they call it?
They call it Royale with cheese.
Cheese and Royale. What's Big Mac?
Big Macs are Big Macs. But they call them Les Big Macs.
Good Mac. Oh, what do they say, Whopper?
I do not know. I do not go into Burger King. But do you know what they put in French fries in Holland instead of tomato sauce?
From?
Mayonnaise.
At Tams.
I saw them do it, man. They drowned in it.
Fantastic. Well done, players. Next up, 3 years prior in 1991, Jodie Foster and Anthony Hopkins trade verbal shots through a prison door in The Silence of the Lambs. In this scene, FBI agent Clarice Starling is trying to use Hannibal Lecter to consult on an open case. Most people remember this scene for the tense emotion and incredible acting culminating in Lecter reminding us of his cannibalistic side and his love for fine Italian wine. For this translation, let us take the original screenplay and send it through Spanish, Greek, Japanese, and perhaps something exotic. Yes, Hindi. Now, action.
Doctor, did you take all these pictures?
This is a doom, scene from Belvedere.
Do you know Florence? This description is only from memory, sir?
Memories, Agent Sterling. Who is there instead of me?
By the way, you may be interested in commenting on this question, sir.
Oh, no. You are fine. You are sensitive to politeness and politics. You trusted the embarrassing truth about Miggs. And now, this is a bad step in your questionnaire. He does not do this.
I am asking you to watch it. You either do it or not.
Yes. Jack Crawford must be very busy if you are getting support from a student organization. Busy in search of this new Buffalo Bavane. What a naughty boy he is. Do you know why his name is Buffalo Bill? Please tell me. The newspapers will not say so.
It began as a bad joke about the Kansas City assassination. He said he likes to peel off his hump.
Agent Sterling, why do you think you take off their skin? Encourage me with your image.
It fascinates you? Most murders have a trophy for their victims.
That, I did not do that.
No, you ate.
Send now. Agent Sterling, do you think you can cut me with this dull little tool?
Number, I thought of your knowledge.
You are very ambitious, aren't you? Do you know what you see with your nice bags and your cheap shoes? You starch bastard. A dynamic and beautiful little cube with little taste. Good nutrition gave you the length of your bones, but you're just a generation of poor white trash, right? And he tried to throw that tone away completely. Pure West Virginia. Who is your father, dear? Are you working in a mine? Does it smell like a lamp? Boy, how soon did you get it? All the boring, sticky weirdness of the car's back seat? You can only dream of leaving, going everywhere. Arrived at FBI.
You see a lot, Doctor. But are you strong enough to target this high self-esteem? What is wrong? Why don't you look at yourself and write what you see? Or maybe you're scared.
The enumerator once tried to take my exam. I ate her liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. Now, go back to school and do a little Sterling. Throwing.
That is chilling in any language. Let us lighten the mood. How about a children's musical classic? The year is 1965, and Julie Andrews leads the young Von Trapp family in a lesson on singing in the sound of music. We all know our do-re-mis, but let's see how this musical number is performed after being translated through Russian, Thai, Vietnamese, and Spanish. This is titillating. And action.
Let's start again. A very good start. When you read it, you start with
A, B, C.
When you sing it, you start with Do, Re, Mi.
Do, Yo, Mi.
Do, Yo, Mi. The first three notes just happened. Do, Yo, Mi.
Do, Yo, Mi.
Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti. Let's see if I can make it better. Please. An abandoned doe, golden light spark. I is the name that I call myself. A long street. So the needle to pull the thread. La, notice the seam. The tea is a drink with jam and bread. This will bring us back to the deer.
Doe.
Reindeer.
Ray.
Golden sun drops.
I
called my name.
Long distance.
Long distance running.
Needle.
The sewing notes.
Tea.
Drink with jam and bread will bring us back. The dough.
Reindeer.
The
Golden rays of the sun fall. My name calls me. A long way to go. Needle. Goodbye, no follow.
bring us back to the deer. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, do. Do that. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, and others are just the tools we use to make music. When you have this in mind, you can sing anything, mixing them together, like so, do, la, fa, mi, do, re. Can you do it?
So, do, la, fa, mi, do, re.
Do, don, ti, do, again.
Do, don, ti, do, again.
Now, let's put it all together.
So, do, la, fa, mi, do, re. Do, don, ti, do, again.
Well,
But it doesn't make any sense.
so we put it into words. 1 word per note. I like it. When you know what notes to sing, you can sing whatever you want. Together.
When you know what notes to sing, you can sing whatever you want.
The deer.
Reindeer,
Ray.
golden sun drops, I call my name.
Long distance.
Long distance running,
Standard.
thread to pull the needle,
The.
sewing nose,
Tea.
drink with jam and bread. This will bring us back to the deer. When
You
know what notes to sing, you can sing whatever you want. Deer, calf, female deer, golden rays of sun, my name calls.
It's a
long way to go. Sewing thread, pull needle, unknown done sewing. Tea, drink with jam and bread, will bring us back. So, do, la, fa, mi, do, re. So, do, la, fa, ti, get out. Tito, in front of.
Bizarre and lovely. Well done, performers. Next up, American. Oh, sorry, I heard the laughing up there.
Bizarre.
Start over, please.
Bizarre, I'll say.
Bizarre and lovely. Well done, performers. Next up, America loves a good action movie, filled with warriors and danger and romance. No film transfixed a generation quite like Top Gun. In the opening scene, Maverick and Goose, originally played by Tom Cruise and Anthony Edwards, are trying to help their fellow naval aviators against some Russian MiGs. The scene is famous for showing us what it's like inside a cockpit going faster than the speed of sound. Most of what was said between the pilots barely makes sense if read off the page. It's the performances of the actors that give the gibberish context and drama. Let us make the gibberish even more garbled by running the opening scene of Top Gun through Latin, Russian, Vietnamese, Urdu, and French before giving it to our Willits Community Theatre voice actors to see if they can keep it together. Kick the tires and light the fires, Big Daddy. Or in other words, action.
Ghost Rider, Frank. We do not know. Carry on, Mustang. Your driver, 90 for a monster.
Who is it?
The boss, calm down. And a personal geek.
Pay attention. Wandering and laughing.
Yes, talk to me.
Roger. Understood. What the hell? 20, 30,000 miles of driving contact point. When the time to die is over.
Cougar, you listening?
Report. Merlin, what do you think?
Obviously, you can communicate with radar.
How to get it visually. Cougar, you plug it in.
Hey, safe and quiet.
Puma, Cougar, Mustang. Mustang, this is Ghost Rider, Chief. 603. Consider a starter. Boom, 270. We have tens of thousands of kilometers. Up to 900 knots. Ghost Riders, like angels, have 10 or 30 left arms.
Do you have any guests today?
Here, sir.
Merlin, see if he's here.
Report.
Glue, do you follow up?
Negative, Marilyn. It all seems so simple.
I'm going Puma, face to face with him.
Calm down for Maureen. I don't like it if you can afford it. I will break and climb. If you really look.
We are approaching 1,000 nautical miles in May. They immediately came to us.
What do you mean? There are two fluids.
Index 21 MG 28. It is the last of the precedents.
What are they doing here? Is this the situation?
It's 200 miles now.
He traveled a distance of 250 miles from now on.
Cat,
You have a MiG-21. I am traveling on two MiG-21s.
the sun is not lost.
How is it going? Do you understand, Merlin?
His return. He is behind us.
Do too. It's not my ghost.
Now what is CNN?
200 by arm.
If they cover 150 miles, fight. Start. In-flight alarm.
Yes, baby.
300 flat speed. Find it in May.
I'll shoot my men. Let's see if we can be afraid. It is here. You come in. Turn off the tap. Shut up, baby. Tie up. I closed it. Bingo.
We arrived in May. What will happen to the house?
The Mustang is Maureen. Two MiG-21s return home.
You're right. 180,000. As needed, sir.
Cougar, another we know. Stay away from the boy.
What if you could stand up? This is my danger. That's his Mustang ability. He's a Ghost Rider. 117. It's my ghost, because he joins me in fighting people with weapons and missiles. I have to go?
If you haven't shot him yet, I won't get out.
The MiG-21 is the best shooting spot.
And right after Cougar?
It's not a laugh, as drawn. He's just trying to piss us off.
Merlin comes here. It's stupid to take it off.
Calm down, Puma. Turn right. Help me participate. I'm sorry. It's not a dog. I can do it without sending Son of Iron, but fast. See if we can. It's for certain films.
Is this your ideal welcome?
Hello.
Watch the bird.
God burst out laughing because she was afraid of them.
You've got a lot of power and control. May, become a photographer.
She died quickly. MiG-21 online.
Sign me up. Wonderful performances there, everyone. If you were to ask most American filmmakers what the #1 comedy of all time is, they would say Animal House. If there's a better example of finer American cinematic humor, I don't know of it. In this scene from the 1978 hit, the Deltas have just been kicked out of school after being put on double-secret probation and failing to cheat on their exams well enough to raise their GPA. They're sitting in their frat house wondering what they're going to do with the rest of their lives when their leader, Otter, walks in, bloodied and beaten by their rival frat, the Omegas. Most people remember this scene as the time John Belushi reminded us who bombed Pearl Harbor in hopes of getting up our fighting spirits. Let us take the drunken ramblings of our lovable misfits and send them through French, Russian, Latin, and appropriately German before giving them to our voice actors. Okay, boys. Action.
Christ. 7 years of college in the sewers. To join the damn Peace Corps.
My mother will kill me. It didn't know. I knew that.
I can't believe I ate in the eyes of the Lord. He refused. It's not Dean Warmer's.
Be honest, Ken. Dean Warmer has vowed to repay it. Jesus Christ, what happened? You look absurd.
Omega. Several danced on my face.
Who is he?
Greggy. We shouldn't be that the ward is registering Doogie with some of the other young men.
What have you done?
I do not know. I only have cattle. I seem to be missing something.
Done. We're officially kicked out of the game. Wormer provided our grade was received.
Have you been kicked out of the game? It makes sense.
What is all this lying around when they are suffering?
How do we know what, you idiots? Of war. Wormer the fat that all further procedures are abandoned.
This is it? More than? Did you say finished? So far, have you started talking about and not about it? Margaret and the Germans bombed the port for what purpose? Certainly not!
German?
Forget the season.
And yet, it is not. Because when it gets difficult, tough guys come. Who is with me? Let's go! Go! What's done in the grave so that I would know about the Delta? Where is the ghost? If the stomach, what? Nightlife is best, but they are not the worst. We're afraid to follow you, Blood. We can have problems. From now on, kiss my donkey. Not me. I do not know it. Wormer is dead. Marmalade has died. Niedermeyer!
Dead. Bluto it. School, but absolutely right. We are the bastards. It is incapable of fighting with conventional weapons. It can take millions of years. In this case, the best I think should bring us. I believe that the state absolutely requires really stupid and useless activity for everything.
We guys just to do it!
So that you don't make it!
Let's do this!
Right on, yeah! Woo!
Now let's take a step towards the monologues. Monologues are often emotionally packed speeches given by one of the characters, sometimes not even the main character, that can be the most memorable moment of the entire film. In the history of American cinema, there are a few monologues with such an iconic ending as that of Howard Beale on the network yelling, covered in sweat, "I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore." Well, we at Translated American Cinema Classics reimagined his monologue. We looked at Google Translate and saw that we could translate his monologue into a language for every letter of the alphabet. Afrikaans, Basque, Catalan, Dutch, Filipino, Galician, Haitian Creole, Icelandic, Japanese, Kannada, Lao, Macedonian, Nepali, Oida, Pashto, Romanian, Samoan, Tajik, Ukrainian, Vietnamese, Welsh, Xhosa, Yiddish, Yoruba, and Zulu, before being translated back to English. His plea would have literally traveled the world at this point, and here's how it would sound.
I'm not saying you were wrong. Not everyone knows. This is a sign of concern. All of these people are afraid of losing their jobs. Buy at Nickelodeon Bank. Driving is dirty. No one knows what to do, and it is not over. We know that the air is not clean and that food is not ours. We are now watching television when local journalists report the deaths of 115 and 63 people as a result of serious allegations. We all know the worst, but this is stupid. Everyone is comfortable because no one is outside. We live at home and we live in peace. Bring toaster, TV, and iron. I don't want to be alone. I want to hurt you. I want to advertise. I don't like your hair. I don't want to reject my choice at the conference because I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do with Russian crime and crime. I know you need to wait first. I must say, I am holy. My life is important. And I want you to get up from your seat. I want you to get up. Go to the window. Open and sing and sing. In short, the announcement comes later. And I have nothing to lose.
In 1996, Hollywood gave us the fantastic romance Jerry Maguire, starring Tom Cruise and Renee Zellweger. The movie is famous for fantastic lines including, "Show me the money," and the human head weighs about 8 pounds. But when it comes to monologues about love, Tom delivers a few fantastic lines to a room of angry, cynical women in an effort to save his marriage. His one client just had the best night of his football career, but while Jerry is happy his business is back, he doesn't feel complete. He walks into his house and all the women stop talking and look up at him. The scene is tense, to say the least. If Jerry was translated to Hawaiian, Serbian, Vietnamese, and Danish, I don't think his words will be quite as eloquent, but we'll see how our fantastic voice actors are with this one. and action.
Goodbye. I'm looking for my wife. If this is the place to go, then this is the place to go. I will not let you leave me. That's how I always get used to it. I like the living room. Send me in and I'll do it. And right now, I do not know. But since it was without a doubt the happiest night of my professional career, it was incomplete and should not be nearly because I could not share it with you. I do not hear your voice, nor do I smile at you. I lost my wife. We live in a cynical world and work hard on competition, so try to laugh. I love you. You make me perfect.
That was great. Bizarre, but great. Now the famous Zellweger response is, "Shut up, you had me at hello." Can we recreate that moment? Jerry, will you give us that last line again so we can give your wife a chance to use the same translation? Are we ready? Okay, action.
We live in a cynical world and work hard on competition, so try to laugh. I love you. You make me perfect.
Sorry, quiet. You love me.
Truth in translation, I suppose. Thank you, actors. That leaves us with one more monologue for today's show. One of America's best actors in one of America's most unforgettable roles, Al Pacino in Scent of a Woman, gives his final speech. For the sake of the FCC, translation should remove some of the more cringe-worthy word choices in the original production. However, I imagine this is still going to be quite fiery. So through German, Italian, Norwegian, Turkish, and Czech, I give you Scent of a Woman. Action.
Mr. Sims, you are an envelope artist and a liar.
But not a spy.
Sorry.
No, I didn't think so.
Mr. Slade?
That's a bastard.
I'll see you on the tongue, Mr. Slade. They're not barracks at Baird School, Mr. Sims. I'll give you one last chance to talk.
Mr. Sims doesn't want that. He doesn't have to be labeled. It's still worth being a bad man. What the hell? What's your password? Guys, let your classmates know save your skin. What more can we burn on the fire? Well, people, when the bleep bounces off, one runs and one stays. This is where Charlie stands in front of the fire, and there George hides in his grandfather's pocket. Whatever you do, you will reward George and destroy Charlie.
Are you ready, Mr. Slade?
No, I'm just warming up. I don't know who went to this place. William Howard Taft, Williams Jennings Bryant, William Tell, no one. Your spirit is dead if you had it. Gone. You're building a rat ship here. Ship for sea voyages, and if you think you prepared these memories for masculinity, you think again. I say why you killed the spirit for this institution declared. What a disappointment. What show are you doing here today? I mean, the only class in this event is sitting next to me, and I'm here to tell you that this child's soul is solid. It's on a contract. You know, I know someone here, and I'm not saying who offered to buy them. Only Charlie didn't sell it here.
Sir, you have freedom.
Order completed? I want to show you that you're no good. You don't know what's going on, Mr. Trask. I want to show you, but I'm too old, too tired, I'm blind. If I were the man I was 5 years ago, I'd bring a flamethrower to this place. Inoperative. What do you think you're talking to? I was there, you know. There was a time when I could see, and I've seen children younger than that with their arms and legs torn, but there is nothing more beautiful than the vision of a shortened mind. There is no prosthesis for this. You think you sent this amazing infantry soldier to Oregon with only a tail between your legs, but I say take your soul out. And why? Because he's not Baird's husband? Baird boys? If you hurt a boy, you'll be destined to be Baird bums. And Harry, Jimmy, Trent, wherever you are, F off too.
Back off, Mr. Slade.
I'm not ready yet. When I got here, I heard the words, the cradle of government. When the branch breaks, the cradle falls, and it fell here dropped. Creators of men, lead creator, pay attention to the type of wire you manufacture here. I don't know if Charlie's silence is right or wrong today. I'm not a judge or a jury, but I can tell you this. He doesn't want to sell to anyone to buy his future. And my friends, this is called wholeness. This is called courage. These are the things that leaders should do. Now in my life, I have reached a turning point. I always knew which was the right way. I knew it without exception. But I never understood. You know why? It was very difficult. This is Charlie. He came to a crossroads. He chose a path. That is the right way. It is principle-based path that leads to character. Let him continue on his way. The future of this child is in your hands, committee, a rare future. Believe me, don't ruin it. Protect it. Hug him. One day she will be proud of you. I promise.
Well, I think there's time for an encore. Actors, are you ready? And if there's time, we simply must try the most popular court scene in American cinema. The movie, of course, A Few Good Men. Jack Nicholson, Tom Cruise, in a showdown that inspired a generation of eager law students. Let's take that final showdown through Spanish, Russian, German, Yiddish, Italian, and Hindi. Actors, break a leg. This will be tough. Action.
Colonel, I have another question before calling Pilot O'Malley and Pilot Perez. If you ordered not to join Santiago and always obey his orders, what risk are you taking? Will it be necessary to remove the base?
Private Santiago was a poor Marine. They were relocated from base because...
You didn't say. They said they would move him because he was in grave danger.
Yes, correct, but...
He said I was in danger. I said great danger. You said...
Yes, I remember.
Can I ask a court reporter?
I know what I said. I don't need it read while I...
So which two orders, Colonel? Why did you...
Sometimes people take matters into their own hands.
No, sir. He just made it clear that his people would never take matters into their own hands. Your people follow orders or die. So Santiago shouldn't have been in danger, okay, Colonel?
Little bastard.
Your Honor, I want to take a break.
I want to answer your question, Judge.
A response from the court is awaited.
If Kendrick told his people that Santiago shouldn't be touched, why should it be translated? Colonel Kendrick ordered the red code, right? Because you asked Kendrick to do it.
An object.
Tip.
And when everything goes wrong, let the boys go.
High court.
So it will be, lawyer.
He asked Markson to sign the fake translation.
Judge.
He forged the trunk.
Damn coffee.
I will ask for the fourth time. You ordered.
Are you looking for an answer?
I think I deserve it.
Are you looking for an answer?
I want the truth.
You can't stand the truth, son. We live in a world with walls, and the walls will be guarded by armed men. Who will do it? Are you, Lieutenant Weinberg? I have more responsibility than you can imagine. They cry for Santiago and curse the Marines. You have the luxury. You don't know what I know. You can afford the luxury. Santiago's tragic death, but it probably saved lives. And my existence, though inconsistent and inconsistent for you, saves lives. You don't want the truth, because in deep places, there is no talk of parties. I have to stand against the wall. You need me there. We use words like respect, code, loyalty. We use those words as the foundation of our lives that represent something. You use them as a climax. I have neither the time nor the time to declare myself for the man who wakes up and sleeps in the guise of the same freedom that I grant him, and then marvels at how it is given. I want to thank you and go my way. Otherwise, I advise you to take the gun and get up. Either way, I don't care what you think is valid.
Did you ask for the red code?
I have completed the task you sent me.
Did you ask for the red code?
You were right about what I did.
We hope you enjoyed listening as much as we enjoyed attempting to perform those scenes. There are many other American cinema classics that could use a bit of translating, so keep an ear out for future shows here at American Cinema Classics, where we plan on translating Gone with the Wind, The Godfather, Casablanca, and many more. Today's show was written and directed by Jeff Shipp, produced by Mike Adair. Audio engineering was done by Kevin H.C. Mohr. Each of our players performed many roles. Benjamin Strasser performed Jules, Goose, Boone, Howard Beale, and Lieutenant Caffey. Mathew Caine performed Vincent, Maverick, Otter, Jerry Maguire, Trask, and Judge Randolph. Cindi Mohr performed Chief, Maria, Dorothy, and the Frat Boys. Miranda Swearengin was our narrator and part of the Von Trapp family chorus. Phaedra Swearengin was Clarice Starling, Cougar, Flounder, and Ross. Kevin Mohr was Hannibal Lecter, Naval Radio Operator, Merlin, Bluto, and Colonel Jessup. And Jeff Shipp was our Slade. Willits Community Theatre would like to thank its underwriters, NC Financial and Les Schwab Tire of Willits. This production could not have been done without the partnership of KLLG LP 97.9, Willits Hometown Radio. KLLG is a local nonprofit like Willits Community Theatre and runs on our community donations. Go to KLLG.org to learn more about how you can contribute. If you are interested in learning more about Willits Community Theatre, please go to our website, wctperformingartscenter.org. If you want to hear this show again, it will be playing every Thursday at 6 p.m. and Saturday at 8 through the month of November 2020. So, adios, adieu, ciao, aloha, or, as I've always liked, ta-ta for now.